Because I'll tell you what, the case for the Christian worldview is rich and deep and robust, and it's the truth. And I want you to be able to defend it. Does that make sense? Yes. So here we go. We're going to talk about, first of all, the difference between two terms that sometimes people get confused. So you can write this on your paper. The first is this nasty term called possible. Isn't it possible that? You see this a lot. You saw it with Casey Anthony. Lots of possibilities thrown on the wall to see what sticks. But there's a big difference, and we tell this to our jurors, we tell this to people who are doing investigations, between what's possible and what is reasonable. Look, I want you to say something right now. Anything in the world, anything is possible. What's possible? Who cares what's possible? Anything is possible. It's possible right now that we're not even here in this room having this conversation. It's possible that right now we've actually been kidnapped by aliens. And these aliens are performing a very, very intricate mind experiment on us using certain hallucinatory drugs. And they've got us believing we're in this room having this conversation when in fact we're not here at all. Isn't that possible? Sure, it's possible. And eventually we're going to wake up and see these guys coming after us, and we're going to be on the table, and they're going to be looking at us, and we're going to be going, wow, that was all a dream. Isn't that possible? Yeah, that's possible. But is it reasonable? See, in the end, it doesn't matter what's possible. It only matters what's reasonable in light of the evidence. I guarantee you, if you go into a jury setting, your attorneys are going to tell you that you are not even allowed by state code to go into that jury room and speculate, that's the word they use, about what is possible when there's no evidence to support it. You can only consider the reasonable inferences from the evidence you've been given. So I want us right now, when we're in our conversations with our friends, who will say, well, so we're going to talk about some concepts tonight that I hope will blow your mind a little bit, and you're going to see that there are some atheist responses to these. Isn't it possible that, and you're going to be able to say, yeah, of course it's possible, because anything's possible, but it's not reasonable. And that's the response I give to every defense attorney who asks me that question on the stand. Detective Wallace, isn't it true that, I hate to hear that. When somebody asks a question like that, you know you're about to get run over, because they're going to, you got to really think about whether you answer that question. Isn't it true that, isn't it possible that? I always say, yes, of course it's possible, because anything is possible, it's just not reasonable. Get that whole thing out, okay? So the jury can hear all of it. Of course, they're going to object to my saying this much, but I am not going to just throw out as yes, it's possible, because people don't see the difference yet. Possible doesn't matter. Reasonable is all that matters.